The future thinks it exists, but of course we think we exist. We're all caught in the illusion of the appearance of existence. Time is an illusion. Existence is an illusion. As long as it appears not to be an illusion, it isn't an illusion. And Buddhism fully admits this problem. It's called the problem of the Parinirvana. It goes like this. Buddha attained enlightenment. If a single person attains enlightenment, we are all enlightened. All sentient beings are then sucked into the body of the Dharmakaya. But Buddha attained enlightenment. Well, why aren't we then in the body of the Dharmakaya? Well, then they have to go through a contortion, like the contortion you see me going through, where you explain that something simultaneously has not and has happened. It depends on the point of view of the observer, whether this thing has or has not happened. A person who never has taken psychedelics is quite sure it hasn't happened. And those of us who use psychedelics have to struggle with the paradoxical perception that it both has happened and is going to happen. And so we sort of ride the line. What fuels, what gives energy to alchemy, to alchemical thought, is its insistence on what is called the coincidentia oppositorum, the union of opposites. Aristotle taught us that if it is A, it is not A. But in the higher unification of things, these lower dimensional distinctions have to give way to the realization that A is not A. This is how the trick of the universe is achieved. The entire universe is a coincidentia oppositorum. It's a union of opposites. It exists through its unlikelihood. I mean, people have called the universe the only flaw in nothingness. You know, and there is that quality about it. If it weren't for the universe, it would all make so much sense, you know. But the presence of the universe becomes a kind of incontrovertible piece of evidence that seems to argue that an easy answer is not going to be possible. Well, I think, you know, now we're talking about time. This is another dimension. We've talked about dimensions all weekend. We've tried to linguistically conceive them. We've modeled them on computers. We've tried to experience them by invoking the psychedelic experience. This is the overarching metaphor that can give coherence and cogency to our world. The understanding that we are involved in the movement through and the exploration of ever higher dimensions, each of which unifies all the previous dimensions that preceded it as we move through it. And we only have to culturally decondition ourselves to see that this is true. And it's a better way of looking at things because it empowers belief in self, hope, sense of integration to the larger cosmic processes, and a sense that everything is all right, that everything makes sense. And it's my faith that it does. It's just for us to figure out how it makes sense. And to the degree that we can build in our minds a working model of the transcendental object, we then gain facility and control over our own lives.